Hello there. Bit of a past, present, and future situation with belts. Do a little unboxing, a little talking about what I'm thinking about. Been playing with belt printers for quite some time. My first belt printer is actually the printer belt. Built by, PrinterBot. Unfortunately, they're not around anymore, but the print quality is quite good. And this uses stainless steel shim stock that I've covered in Kapton tape to get better adhesion. It uses a nice large roller, nothing wrong with that. I've been playing with the PEI belts and straight up Kapton. Powerbelt3d, and they will sell you this belt any size you want. It's a very nice composite belt. I believe it's the PET tape on one side, and then sort of a woven fiber mat covered in goo. This is actually inside out. This is not the print side. Print side is beautifully smooth. However, with all the flexible belts, you have the same flex in one direction around your roller, which obviously you need it to flex around your roller. You have the same flex in the other direction, which causes your prints to end up a bit warped. Depending on your material, this is more or less flexible, and depending on how much tension you can put in your bed, so how well built your machine is, really. You can get rid of some of it, but never all of it. For most parts it's okay. You can see these guys have, the easiest way to see is to use two, and that really accentuates the pull up. Now if you're doing lower temperatures, PLA, it's a little easier. I prefer PETG for durability, heat resistance. Now, clearly we're talking about another 3D printing company. I'm not the only person working on this. And until I saw Tom Sanladerer's video, I hadn't seen anyone using a stiff belt. My next thought was, can we make a chain link belt? Can we make tank treads and print upon them? So, quickly, go to Master and you see, how flat is the cheap aluminum? You can see the gap through there. Let's make sure you can get it good. Not very flat at all. So these are $1.50 a piece. Great. I got a couple sizes to test with it. An obvious problem if you're making a chain link belt is if your part is, say, a 1-inch coin, there's no way to peel it off. You'd need a separate mechanism to peel it off if it was too small. Slightly more expensive, you have a nice hard anodization. The main reason I got this is because I wanted to see if we can actually print right on the anodization without coating them. You generally can't print on aluminum because not much sticks to it. How flat are these? You can still see a good bit of light through. Not sure if that comes through on the camera. But holding two up next to each other, they're not even mutually flat. So not a great choice either. What can we do that's flatter? Ooh, that's where comes the unboxing. So this piece of metal has a certificate. And it was way too expensive to use for a bed. But I wanted to see what it would be like. So this is an aluminum blank that has been ground on all 6 sides. Whoa. And I did not get 2 of them because it's $40. I mean, I guess we could just check the certificate and see if it says it's flat. Ooh. Give me a nice sticker. The transverse. I get the chemical composition? That is a little extra fancy. Huh, I didn't realize. I thought it was only going for flatness. I didn't realize it was also milled finish. So I guess it's a 0.09 within 9/1000ths of an inch. Still not even all that flat for what you're working on. However, all these bits of metal have an issue of how do you hold on to them? What if we send away for some steel pieces that have been laser cut? How flat do they end up after this? I did not order enough for a whole bed. Didn't want to waste money if I didn't have to. Give me my parts. They're vacuum formed, I guess, which is a nice touch, but it's such a thin layer that I didn't even know it was there. So laser cut aluminum. Package with its brother. Have quite, I don't see a gap in there at all. There's no burr on them, really. The edges are a little sharp, but not thought it'd be actually painful to use. Well, maybe a little there. We imagine a print bed made out of these, rolling. Now you guys might have noticed that these are all significantly larger than a Prusa Mini. I'm going to be doing another video introducing a printer known as Bad Horse, which has been my testbed platform throughout the PrintShift process. I shifted to the Prusa Minis so that other folks could join me on the journey and so we could hopefully identify better belt materials together. Like, I'm going to be playing with these, but it'd be great if other of you guys had an idea of cool belts to play with. Eventually, enough people try enough things, we will solve this to the point that it can be solved. That is a respectable amount of metal. You got one little burr there. I guess that's where the laser started and ended the cut. This is from Send Cut Send. The video is not sponsored. This is basically, yeah, goes together quite well. I think each one of these cost about $2. So not the cheapest bed, but I believe it would be in the range of, say, buying like a big old piece of a Mic 6, like when you're doing a Voron build. That's their chosen surface, big thick aluminum plate. Obviously thinner and more flexible. The idea is that it can hinge beautifully here, build some cogs, big old things to roll it in. But yes, this will be being tested. Printer that's hiding over here. More to the point. So, big thank you to Send Cut Send for sending me these. Gotta get my address off there apparently. The last thing to look at, I ordered one of the belts from the CR30. I've not ordered the machine itself because I just, well, don't have the space and didn't really want to spend money on another 3D printer. I have quite a few as it is. However, I do want to see where they are with their belt tech, and since they're selling you the belt separately, it'd be very easy to build a machine around just the belt. But yeah, I bought everything here you see, the Patreon money. So if you're interested in this sort of development, and like to see more of it, consider becoming a patron. Very much appreciated. 3D Printing Industry Evangelist. Is that on all the boxes? User manual. So you can see it's very flexible around. It's actually quite stiff and holding its shape really well. You must put under quite a lot of tension. There is a texture to it. It's kind of a fabric material. But the main thing is, it is just as flexible sideways as it is. There's a word for that, I'm sure, in fabric. It even has a little, this is the forward way. It appears to be I believe it's 3 layers of some kind of plastic, but it looks like there's some fiber in there too, so presumably quite strong. I have not done any test prints on it, but just wanted to kind of give a look at what is going on, what I'm playing with. These are the commercial belts, just simply raw plastic. And I think the laser cut aluminum is the only one that is worth trying to make a tank tread type belt out of. We are going to give that a go. I'll do another video on the printer that we're going to put it on. Not a printer that you want to build, but his name is Bad Horse. Happy printing, guys. See you next time.